Hi, this is Mark out from the Business Machine, and in this short video, I'm just going to show you the preferred way to add downloads into your WordPress post or page using S3 cloud storage from Amazon and Bitly links. And there's a reason why I use these two particular systems rather than any other method. Now, I know with WordPress, for example, you can actually upload the file to your media file and then link it that way. The problem with that is the more files you upload to your hosting, the more hosting you're going to be using up, and consequently the more cost it's going to cost you as well. Now, using services such as S3 cloud storage from Amazon and Bitly links allows you to do two things. Firstly, Amazon cloud storage is free. They do charge, but you have to go a long way for downloads for people before they start charging. That's how they charge you for the number of downloads, but you have to go a long way. And in the last 2-3 years I've been using Amazon, I've only ever been charged once, and I believe that was around about $1. So it's worth doing it, just for that side of things. Amazon also have a very strong infrastructure when it comes to servers, so you can be assured that your site will always remain up and the downloads will always be there. Unlike your hosting company, for example, if the downloads go down, then potentially you could lose that period or that time. You could even lose your file, so it's always handy just to have your downloads off what I call offsite or off your local hosting company. Now, Bitly links, which I'll get onto shortly, is a link management system, and it's a great way, an absolute fantastic way to track how your links are being used. So what I've done here is just open up a post, it happens to be a post here in WordPress on the Business Machine, just call it downloads for want of a better thing, and created a very simple post, is adding downloads into WordPress using Amazon S3 cloud storage and Bitly links, and just using this just created a my download here. So the first thing you do is you go to Amazon S3 console, just look it up, just look at S3 console or Amazon S3 cloud services, and the way that they're broken down to start with is what we call buckets. Okay, now buckets is the easy way to think of buckets is I guess as folders more than anything else. So what you can do is you can literally click on create a bucket if it's your first time there, or if you want to do something for the first time, and give the bucket a name. So in this case I'm going to call it my downloads. Okay, now as I start to type in, it says that I'm automatically putting an uppercase in. Buckets must not contain uppercase characters, must start with lowercase letter or number. Okay, and if I remember as well, I don't think you can have spaces in there, so let's just call it my downloads like this. I think you could do something along these lines. Downloads. So it takes you through everything as you're going on. Now, the region is the different servers where you can place this on. So you've got Asia Pacific, you've got Canada, EU, London, Paris, South America, and so on and so forth. Now, my advice to you is to pick the server location closest to you. Okay, you don't have, if yours is not shown here, don't worry. So if you're living somewhere where, like New Zealand for example, it's not showing, then don't worry, pick say Sydney or something along those. So pick one that's closest to you. It doesn't really matter, to be perfectly honest with you, but I tend to keep mine all in the same place. If you want to mix and match it across, it's entirely up to you, but that's what people tend to do. Right, so let's go on to the next on that. Oh, look at that, bucket name already exists. Okay, let's just do this -bm. Right, okay, I've obviously got one called downloads already, and -bm, I'm going to change that to Sydney, just because I can. Let's just do a next on that one. Okay, so now it comes to the configuration options. A lot of this you can just really, to be honest with you, you can just bypass a lot of these configuration options because you don't really need to do anything. So we're just going next onto that side of it. This is the most important bit, which is your permissions. Now here it's blocking all public access to this bucket. Now if you're putting downloads into this bucket and you want public to access it and you block them, they're not going to be able to get into the bucket to look at the downloads. So you need to untick that. I know it sounds strange, but that's what you need to do. If your bucket is blocked, people can't get the downloads. Okay, so once we've got that, we click on next. Just gives you a very quick review, and then click on create bucket. Very simple. And there we go. So we've got the create bucket. So we've got somewhere down here, we're going to have my downloads -bm. So if I click on that, and you can see I've got quite a few different buckets there anyway. I click on that and it says this bucket is empty, no worries at all, because we're just going to upload something into it right now. So you simply click on upload, and again you can see you can create folders within folders if you particularly want to. I don't really tend to do that, but you can do. Click on upload, click on add files. I'm just going to find a very simple file, very quick file we can actually use on this. And as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's have a look. Where's the business machine? There you are, business machine. And there we go. Just use this. Let's just use this picture of me always about. Click on open, and now it's going to start uploading those files. Let's click on next to confirm. Manage public permissions. We're going to say grant public access to these objects. It just gives me a quick warning there saying, hey, are you sure that's what you want to do? I say yes. Click on next, next again, and then finally click on upload. And what you see down here is there'll be a progress bar, and it tells you how your upload is going. There you go, 100% successful. That object or that file is now in that folder. Okay, and you can upload as many items as you want. Now, this is great for, again, if you're using lead magnets and so on and so forth. That's the best. This, you know, like PDFs, those type of documents. This is the best way to do it. So when I click on this link, it tells me everything about it, the permissions. If it's not public, to make it public. And again, the easiest way to make sure it's public or not is to copy the object URL here, which you can do. Just copy that, Control C that, and then open up incognito in Google Chrome, and then paste that into incognito. And if you can see the file ready for downloading, or it pops up, great. If you don't, then and you normally get like an XML error message, then you know that you've got your permissions wrong. So that's a good way of just checking that's all working. Okay, so now we've got our upload done into Amazon. What I want to actually now do is to give it a link. Now I could quite honestly just paste this link and just use this link if I particularly want to, but as I said, I want to track my downloads, and I don't necessarily want everybody to know about this link anyway. So what I can do is I go to what we call bit.ly.com, and for those watching, all the links to this video are in the description below. So I've got a number of different bit.ly stuff on here. So this 15-page landing ideas, got no clicks at the moment, purely because I haven't actually been working on that, but that's one of the new projects coming up at the moment. But we have quite, I mean, there's one up here, it's got 37 links. That's an ongoing thing at the moment, so it's very slow, but it's still going there. Another one there with 31 links. So, you know, I can track my link, and this is in the last 4 weeks. So it's a great way for me to track my links. So what I can do is I go up to create up the top here, and paste in that, Control V in that download that Amazon gave me. Okay, so you can see I've got the long link in there. And what it automatically does is it creates this short link. Now, a couple of tips you can do on here. So I can put, so we're going to call this my download image, or something, or my image, just so I can give it a title so I know what the download is in my links. Okay, so I've got that there. And the other thing you can do as well is customize the back half. Now, this is specifically handy if you are doing lead magnets and you want to actually give someone just the link. Say, hey, here's the link in the email, and you give them the bit.ly link. So what you can do is you can give them a specific link and just title the link. So for example, you could do, I'm just going to give this example as a free lead magnet. Now if it's already been used, it will come up and say, sorry, that's already been used. If it hasn't been used, then it's fine. And when I say it's been used, not necessarily by you, it could be used by somebody else. Let's just save that, see if that will go through. I'm not sure if it will. Oh, it has been edited, there you go. So that's quite good. What I can do now is click on copy up here. So I've copied that link, and you can also see over here my image, and I've got the link there, and it also tells me at the moment I have no clicks. again, I can copy, share, and edit that link. Okay, so this is a great way for me to manage my linkage. Okay, and if you're not using Bitly, I strongly suggest you doing it, especially if you're doing lead magnets. Now, once I've got my links, I've copied that. So let's just copy that just to be on the safe side again. I go back to my post very simply and highlight the my download section there. Click on insert edit link. Okay, and then I can paste it in here, but what I would like to do is just click on the little section there, click on the URL section up there, and make sure this box open link in a new tab is clicked open as well. Simply click on add link. Okay, it's done. Click on publish or save, and that is it. A very easy way to add downloads to your website, to your emails, for lead magnets or anything at all, simply by using WordPress, S3, Cloud Console, and of course Bitly. One final note on this: if you're using WordPress and you've got this, you haven't got this, you've got the new Gutenberg formula or layouts, and you're not familiar with that, and you prefer to use this, again, I'll put the link in there. Just download the classic editor plugin, and it brings you this editor back up if you prefer to use that instead.